Blite Nation, what is good? How y'all doing?
Ian, Vito, and Liz coming at y'all once again.
I just want to say I hope the holiday time has been peaceful for people.
Yes, because the new year is going to be big.
Yeah, because a lot of shit getting ready to be happening around the world and everything. So we
need to stop lighting people on fire. God damn it!
Yeah, that's crazy.
Jesus, people being.
And then I saw a recent video, since we're talking about like social shit. I saw a recent video where these like correctional officers like beat this dude in prison like so bad, like they beat him to death. And but the thing that's even worse about it is there was a bunch of people in the room and everyone's just watching it with smirks on their face. And the inmate who's getting beat, his hands are cuffed behind his back the entire time.
Wow, that's insane. That's messed up.
So I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah, that's the prison system.
And what gets me, you can't just say it was white people. There were white correctional officers. There were black correctional officers. It was a whole bunch of just people. They were just watching it happen.
Like, what the hell did he do to
what the hell? But, anywho, so ABC host stunned into silence as Fetterman says what Democrats won't.
Yeah, this is another Doc Rich video.
Okay, yeah, yes, Thank you for putting that on top of that, Vito.
Appreciate you, Doc, for putting this together.
So I have not seen anything about this. I know we a couple videos behind in Doc's chain of things, but
this was something I seen this interview with Fetterman. I've seen this. That's why I'm showing it to Ian.
Liz, you see this?
No.
I've actually agreed with John Fetterman, and you guys are gonna find out why. Ian, hit that play button. Let's get this rolling.
Back at it again. And so it seems the more that Senator John Fetterman from Pennsylvania recovers from his stroke, the more based he becomes. And I'm actually loving it. Because what you're about to find out here is Fetterman, you kind of start to like him just a little bit. Now, he is a Democrat, so I can't go too far with it. But if more Democrats were like Fetterman, we'd live in a darn great country.
Yeah.
All the time.
Yes, we would.
Okay.
We're about to find out why.
Fetterman is someone who makes a lot of sense. And I did not think I would be able to say that not too long ago.
Yeah.
Okay. But
this is the dude that had a stroke.
Yeah.
And couldn't speak like 4 years ago. And he makes more sense than 90% of Congress right now. He's actually made a miraculous recovery. Congratulations to John Fetterman on your recovery.
Yeah, dude, that shit had to be scary, man.
Oh,
Having
God,
a stroke, like, damn. That shit's got to be
to go from what he went to being probably the smartest guy in Congress right now, or in the Senate rather, on the Democrat side at least. That's for damn sure.
That's crazy. I haven't seen too much. I just know he recovered from the stroke.
Yep.
It's been, of course, it takes some time because I think it was a pretty major one too.
Oh yeah.
So all glad he's in good health.
I'm glad, yeah, exactly.
That he recovered, that shit got to be scary.
Hear me out, guys. He makes a whole lot of sense in this interview, and he's interviewed by ABC's Jonathan Karl. You can see Jonathan Karl trying to I don't even know how to describe it, but Jonathan Karl almost seems shocked that Fetterman isn't going with the typical Democrat, I'm going to hate Republicans all bad, blah, blah, blah. He's almost shocked that Fetterman isn't going with that stance. And he's like, no, I actually kind of agree with some things that Republicans do. That's part of politics. But I'm not going to spoil all of it. But with that being said, let's dive in.
So are you going to be Donald Trump's favorite Democrat in the Senate? I don't know what that really means because you never know. But what I am is I'm just a regular Democrat. I'm not leaving my party, but I'm not sure why some of the things that I've chosen to do, like meeting with nominees and having views that might be more aligned with some of the Republican side, I think that's part of politics, and that's pretty much consisting with doing the job and representing the kind of state that we have in Pennsylvania. Looking forward,
his first statement right there.
Yes.
How is that not a sensible statement right there?
Like,
He's legitimately being attacked by people on his own side for sitting down and meeting with Trump's nominees. Like he's supposed to do as a sitting senator.
I think it's really weird when, like, a member of the GOP, whether it's House of Representatives or a senator, like, publicly says, yeah, I sat down with a Democrat and we were talking about things. And you see people like, oh, how dare you sit down? Like, what do you mean, how dare they do their job description?
That's what they're supposed to do.
Like, what do you, like, like, what people, I don't think people
think that both parties should be enemies, and no. It doesn't work that way, because we're united, so we're supposed to stay united.
Like,
we disagree, but, you know, still be civil.
That would be like us doing the reactions, and whenever we pause or anything on it, like only me talking.
Exactly.
It doesn't make sense.
No. Or having just agreeing the entire time.
Yeah.
Walking in lockstep, and anytime one of us stepped out of we would instantly like hate each other.
Yeah, you gotta.
Why?
It's like, guys, in your place of employment, I'm sure there's some people you don't like, but
you still go to work every day.
Part of being civil and being an adult is having to go to office, wherever work environment you're working in, and be able to get the job done around people that you may not disagree on things with. I mean, you may not agree on things with.
Exactly.
It's part of being an adult and doing a job.
But too many people want to stay children these days. That's
like, you're not going to be friends with everyone.
No, you're not supposed to.
But you have to be able to have conversations to solve a problem.
Exactly.
Yep.
Not every person you come into contact is going to be meaningful.
Yeah, it's like I've said a bunch of. This is not going to be kumbaya, sit by the fire, sing campfire songs all day.
No, but the fact that Fetterman can even says that he sits down with people and he's being attacked is insane.
Yeah, that's crazy. I ain't even gonna lie, that's crazy.
What are you most optimistic about with a Trump presidency, and what do you fear?
It's hard to put into words the horrors that we've witnessed every day.
That was actually a good transition.
Well, it's like I've been warning people, like, you got to chill out. You know, like the constant, freak out. It's not helpful. So, pack a lunch. Pace yourself, because he hasn't even taken office yet.
Do you think he has the potential to be a successful and a good president?
I hope, because I'm not rooting against him. If you're rooting against the president, you are rooting against the nation.
Oh my God.
Okay.
That is
okay.
I like that he said that. Like that. Like.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
100%. If you're rooting against the president, you're rooting against the country.
You may not like who the president is, but
you shouldn't be rooting for him to fail.
Exactly, because then we want the president to succeed, because that means that we will succeed.
Even Biden, we wanted him to succeed. He failed miserably, but we wanted him to succeed.
Yep.
Didn't want him to fail. He did that all on his own.
Huh.
Yep.
Makes a Democrat making perfect sense.
No, I get it.
I mean, Ian, have you ever seen a Democrat even come close to saying something like
There's
that?
a little hope right there.
I mean, personally, I can see how at least in my perspective, I could see how the Democratic Party is changed, and I can understand why people aren't siding with it as much anymore. I do think the party has an issue with how they promote themselves.
Oh yeah.
But that's not me saying every Democrat candidate, like every Democrat politician, is evil. I'm not going to.
We're listening to one right now.
I'm not gonna sit here and say that, like, oh, every Democrat citizen or every Democrat politician, you're all evil. Yeah. No, that doesn't help move us forward as a country at all.
Most of the time when we're talking about Democrats, we're talking about the politicians. We're not talking about the actual people.
Yeah. Right. So I don't know. I mean,
but that was just a common sense statement.
Yeah, it was.
It should be common sense.
I think a lot of times, we're getting emotion and we're getting too personal and we're getting too biased and when we're talking about politics. So, yes, the Congress people, like the congresswoman, congressmen, senators, all that, they're supposed to be talking with their constituents and seeing what what the people that who put them in office wants.
You're supposed to be representing your state, not the party.
Exactly.
You're supposed to be just representing the will of the people,
and
not the will of the party.
I think a part of a lot of the problem with politicians is because the system has gotten so recycled that once somebody gets in there, they start liking the prestige of what they get as a representative, as a senator,
and they spend most of their time asking for donations.
Yeah, and so they're not leading. They just like the position. They're liking the power.
Exactly.
And to me, I don't get mad at that. It's because I do get mad at it, and I don't. I get mad at it because yes, it's kind of it's a form of abusing your power. You're not really there to do your job description, but at the same time, if you look at it from just seeing natural people naturally like when they get put in charge of something.
See, what you're saying is you understand the need for wanting the power. As long as you're doing your job, it's okay to want that power. But it's when you get mad at them is when they are setting it and just want the power.
Yeah, when you're just in there because you like the power of the financial position you're in, yep. the medical advancements
the committees you get to run.
Yeah, to get all that, you're getting power over people's lives.
Yeah.
In a sense. And I think some people get in there, and if they're in there too long and not doing anything effectively, they're like, "Oh, I like this."
Like the Mitch McConnell.
Yeah, like Mitch McConnell.
Chuck Schumer's.
Exactly. You can't tell me they don't like the power.
Oh God, they're drunk on the power.
To say that they don't like it, to me, I just don't believe that.
Yeah, no. And are there some actually in there trying to do the right thing for their people on both sides? I'm sure there are.
But I think the problem with it is you have the ones who've been in there since the 90s, who have just been in
probably
there.
The 80s.
They've been in there way too long.
Because Joe Biden's been there since what? Late 70s?
Yeah. So they've been there way too... It was no disrespect to Dianne Feinstein. We say this all the time. She should have been out of office a long time ago.
There's a Republican congresswoman from Texas right now sitting in a dementia center. Why is she still holding a seat?
Because Dianne Feinstein passed away, right?
She did.
She was in there. Rest in peace. I'm sorry that she passed away. They were pushing her on a wheelchair through the Capitol building, man.
They just found a Texas congresswoman in a dementia house.
To me,
she hasn't been in Congress in 6 months.
What are we doing?
How is this woman still going to have a seat?
Dianne Feinstein was dying in office, man.
She literally died in her seat.
Not
literally in her seat.
But that's bad.
Yeah.
Okay? That's bad. If you are not physically and mentally well enough to do the job, you shouldn't be in an office in a position of power like that.
There are some 78-year-olds that you can do the job. Look at Trump. That dude, say what you want about him, that dude's got energy. Mm-hmm. For a 78-year-old dude, that dude can move. And then you got Nancy Pelosi just broke her hip.
And don't get me wrong, I understand that people had concerns about Biden, but at the same time, Mitch McConnell froze on the camera 6 times in 3 weeks, and y'all didn't say shit.
No, we were. People were.
But
the media wasn't saying
anything. The energy wasn't consistent.
No.
The energy, y'all were saying, "Oh, Biden gotta go," but y'all weren't saying, only really the citizens were saying Mitch gotta go. Mitch McConnell does not need to be in office anymore.
Hopefully Kentucky says he's gotta go.
You've been there long enough.
Yeah.
I mean, I know some people had the same same concerns about Fetterman.
Oh yeah,
but
definitely.
It looks like he's
fully recovered. I can't disagree with that. This dude's going to win in Pennsylvania again. So I can see why the Pennsylvanians like him.
How old is Fetterman? Is he in his...
Probably, I'm going to say late 50s, early 60s.
How old is Fetterman? Let me look that up real quick.
Maybe mid 40s, but he's probably 50s. I'm going to say late 50s, early 60s. You can watch. Ask Grok. Real easy.
He's 55.
Look at that, mid-50s, early 60s. That's what I said.
Okay, so, and I mean, he's sounding logical here, you know, like unless it's a clone.
But again, the statement he said: if you're rooting against Trump, you're rooting against the country, and that's insane. You shouldn't be rooting against the country you live in.
There's just so much anger in the air. There's so much anger,
and a lot of that's the mainstream media's fault. Because if it bleeds, it leads.
Everybody's angry.
Yep.
Are rooting against the nation, and
I'm telling you. See, I agree with that. But of course, you got all these Democrats coming out. Oh, Trump bad, Trump this, Trump that, Trump gonna what? So you don't care about Trump doing well? Like you wish bad upon Trump? He's the president, whether you like it or not. He is. Well, not currently, not yet. He will be very soon, though.
Very, very soon.
We've got less than a month now. I can't wait, baby. I can't wait. But yeah, makes a lot of sense. John Fetterman does. I told y'all. He makes a whole lot of sense in this interview.
I'm not ever going to be where I want a president to fail. So country first. I know it's become maybe like a cliche, but it happens to be truth.
Yep.
What was the single biggest factor behind Kamala Harris and Democrats losing in November?
You have a singular political talent. It's undeniable.
Trump.
You know, he had the energy and almost a sense of fearlessness to just say all those kinds of things. And people, it's undeniable that it has an entertaining aspect for that too. And just if you're not afraid to say all of those things, and after you survived an assassination, you literally were shot in your head, and had the presence of mind to respond. You know, fight. I mean, that's a political talent. It's undeniable. And also, I see
the way he's describing, and I can understand that.
I can't disagree with him at all.
I said it from the frickin' jump. I'm like, whoever made the decision, let's shoot at him. I'm like, you just fucked over Kamala.
Pretty much.
Wait. When he was shot at the first time, was Kamala, or is it Biden still the primary on the ticket?
I don't remember when he dropped out. He dropped out after the debate. See, that's the problem. Democrats trying to play that shit.
Yeah, when was
July 13th?
Trump get shot at? Was that September?
July 13th. No, I think it was July. I think you're right.
July 13th, I think that's when it was.
That's right, because we were listening to the Eminem album when the shit happened.
And it happened.
Yeah, when we got the notification.
Yeah, we couldn't believe it. I'm like, this ain't
because
real.
that was like.
Was it July or was it August 13th? No, yeah, look it up.
Look that up, because when. Yeah.
It was in August. I'm not sure.
Because it was in the summer, I thought.
July 13th.
Okay. So then, all right. I think that was right in the midst of the middle of the swap.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think the swap happened right after.
Yeah, like right after that. Okay.
I mean, that's a political talent. It's undeniable. And also, I never believed that it was about fascism. And for me, that made it difficult for
Kamala Harris said that he was a fascist.
Yeah, well, it's like that's her prerogative. I mean, but it's not a word that I would use because you put a lot of Democrats, especially in my state, that I know and I happen to love people that are going to vote for Trump, and they are not fascists. And also fascism. That's not a word that regular people, use. That I think people are going to.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
100%. Kamala really screwed up when she called him a fascist. That was because you called a lot of Democrats who were going to vote for him a fascist, and that's insane. He just said it there. A Well, there's a lot of people that he loves that were going to vote for Trump. You're insulting these people. Makes a lot of sense, huh? Ian?
I mean, it's just not strategic to do that.
No.
No, I think people are going to.
You see what I'm saying? I'm telling you. I actually agree with this guy, man. It's crazy. It really is. It's some wild stuff, man.
Decide who is the candidate that's going to protect and project, my version of the American way of life. And that's what happened.
I talked to a lot of Democrats before the election who were saying, we're going to win, Harris is going to win in Pennsylvania. But you saw this coming.
If you live in Pennsylvania and you spend time in Red County, Pennsylvania, as much as I did, the support's astonishing. I mean, I was driving home from Indiana County at 9 o'clock, and there was a Trump superstore on the side of a road. 9 o'clock on Friday night, and people are buying swag. And then that really crystallized at the assassination. And that was in Butler County, Western Pennsylvania, fairly close to where I live. And the day or two later, you start seeing people wearing shirts with that iconic picture, and the energy and the anger, and it's like, wow, I really thought. In fact, I thought that might be ball game, and then the second thing really, and that's when Musk and I. We're in the business. Surrogacy is part of it, and sometimes it really has much of an impact. But I knew that was going to be a special one. And
the endorsement by Elon Musk.
Yeah. Well, an endorsement and an active one, and I'm not even talking about his checkbook.
Yeah.
It's rare if you have a surrogate that has a lot of fanboys, and is very compelling to a lot of the demographic that we are losing in our party and in Pennsylvania.
Do you think he will?
Look at that.
On January 1st,
what the hell?
4-week chair workout challenge for beginners over 50.
Bro,
Bro, listen.
Jeez.
He straight up admitted that the demographic that our party is losing.
Oh, damn, we're only 6:45 in there. Damn.
I agree with what Bernie Sanders said. I think what really screwed over the Democrats this election is y'all did not connect with the middle class.
No, you insulted the middle class.
You didn't connect with them.
They legitimately just insulted and told the middle class, everything is fine, you're making too much money, shut up.
But at the same time, I think we've even said it before. You raised $1 billion, motherfucker. You should have won.
It's actually $2.5 billion.
You raised that much.
If you put in all the money that was spent through the PACs and everything,
you should have. You should have won. Yeah. You raised that much money. You should have won. Yeah. I'm giving you billions. People are donating millions and billions to you, and you still. I'm tight. If I'm the donors, I'm tight.
Oh, the donors! There's another video that we have to do about that as well.
I gave you millions and you fucking lost.
Yeah.
That's like a whether it's the NFL, whether it's the NBA, that's like a team giving a player millions of dollars and that player turns out to be a fucking bust.
Yep. Pretty much. That's exactly what it is.
Like Ben Simmons.
Yep.
Ben Simmons.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Millions of dollars. Can't even shoot a fucking free throw.
Hasn't played in 8 years.
He's on the Nets right now, 6'10", and doesn't even drive to the hoop. Just as soon as he gets the ball, passes it.
Didn't even know he still played.
Yeah, he's on the Nets. He don't do shit.
No.
How you 6'10", 220, and you can't even average 15 a game?
Remember when he came out, best point guard in the league?
But anywho.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, you don't want to be Ben Simmons.
Yeah, you don't want to be Ben Simmons. No.
In our party and in Pennsylvania.
Do you think he would have?
Bro, listen. He makes so much sense. I don't agree with Elon Musk having fanboys, whatever that is, but Elon Musk does have a finger on the pulse of the nation. He really does. And obviously, he is the owner of X, formerly known as Twitter. So he has a major megaphone that he can use and wield at whenever he wants to, right?
Yes, he can.
And I feel like Elon Musk politically is more in line with a lot of people in the nation than a Kamala Harris is, right? Or a lot of these folks in a lot of these elected officials in the Democrat Party. Elon Musk.
You know the Democrats fucked up when most of the country can relate with a billionaire more than they can with anything else. It's kind of sad that it takes a billionaire like Musk to be able to be the voice of the people, because he's the only one that has the reach in the big enough megaphone to actually say what most of the people wish they could.
I see your point on that. Okay.
Because if we could say something and get it to the point of what Elon Musk would say, it wouldn't matter. He wouldn't matter as much. It's the fact that he has a platform and the reach, just like Doc said,
excuse me,
is why Musk is as influential as he is.
That does make sense, yeah.
He's got 200 million people he can access at any given moment.
That's true.
Right.
That's true.
Musk is more in line with them, but
a billionaire is more in line with what the average person is.
1,000%. So yeah,
that's crazy.
This guy's making so much sense, man. It's crazy.
One without Elon Musk?
Well, I'm not sure if we would have lost Bob Casey, but I do think Trump, it would have been closer. I really believe that it mattered. We lost Bob Casey for 15,000 votes. And I'm sure he did move the needle. It's undeniable.
How would you grade the Trump transition?
Well, I mean, it's not really a grade, but I'm saying this as a Democrat. It's like I clearly, after he announced Gates, and I'm like, that's just. I described that. That's God tier trolling. I mean, that was never serious. And anyone here in Congress knows that he's despised by Republicans too. So that also set the stage, and here's what's coming. And now I have met with all of them so far, and the ones that we haven't.
His nominees.
They're on the schedule back in January.
You met with Pete Hegseth.
I did, yeah.
You think he's qualified to be defense secretary?
Well, I think we're going to learn more. We're going to learn more. And that hearing, and there's going to be an FBI background and that. But, my commitment, and I think I'm doing the job, is I'm going to sit down and have a conversation. And the president picked these people, not going to be my first choice, second choice, third choice. But that's democracy. And to me, it would be distressing if he is confirmed, if the Democrats are going to turn our back collectively to the leader of the defense.
Could you think about that for a second?
That's astonishing, and that's dangerous.
The Secretary of Defense, who's going to be leading the Pentagon, there's a chance that almost every single Democrat is going to turn their back and vote no. Probably are all going to vote no. Fetterman might vote for him depending on how the hearings go. Because he seems like he's actually trying to do the job, or he's appearing like he is. And he just said it, that is kind of scary to think about.
Yeah, it is.
Look at Biden's nominees and how his went through. He just said it. These are the people the president picked to be in his cabinet. He should have his picks, especially when he won the popular vote, the House and the Senate.
Yes, I see what you mean.
When you get that kind of sweeping mandate, the president should get who he picks, whether you like them or not. Their qualifications are based on what the guy who picked them wanted for his vision moving forward. And when you win a sweeping mandate like Trump did, you shouldn't have half of the frickin' Senate turning their back on you. I think they got 47.
Politics is a dirty game, man.
Oh, it is.
It's a blood sport.
But that's not the way it was supposed to be.
It's not, but that...
I know what you're saying.
It is.
How fucked up is that when you sit there and think about it for a second?
No, that's pretty crazy.
And it's a Democrat saying it.
No, yeah, it's pretty... It's like, if we're not going to work together, ain't shit going to get done.
The defense, I mean, that's astonishing and that's dangerous.
So you see yourself in...
But that's where your party is, unfortunately, Fetterman. Mm-hmm. See, Fetterman is a Democrat that makes sense, bro. Like, he's like, bro, I'm not going to turn my back on the sitting president. Whether or not I completely agree with him on everything, yeah, of course, we're going to have disagreements, but I'm not going to turn my back on the president. I want the country to be successful. I'm also not just going to say no at anything and everything that he says just because he's a Republican. That just makes no sense. That doesn't help anybody out simply just saying no to anything and everything.
Exactly.
But that's where the Democrat Party is. And hey, thankfully the Democrat Party has people like Fetterman who can be a voice of common sense, which I believe what a lot of what Fetterman is saying is common sense, but unfortunately common sense is no longer common.
Inclined to be open to supporting these controversial nominees. You might not support them all, but you see yourself...
Potentially.
Yeah.
But there is going to be some that I will vote yes, and there's some maybe that I'll vote no. But nobody can accuse me of just saying I had a closed mind, or I just
he's actually meeting with
Trump picked this person, or whatever.
I saw you, at least Stefanik, you have said you're going to vote for her. I saw you with her thumbs up.
Yeah, well, and Rubio... for me, it's like, Rubio, for me, it's like he's in the other party, obviously. But, there's a lot of, the Venn is closer. There's a lot of overlap. Yeah. And now if I was, as a Democrat, looking to assemble a bipartisan cabinet, he'd be a solid choice, from a Democrat.
You met with Kash Patel, I believe, right?
I like Kash Patel.
Yesterday, well, yes.
I really like Kash Patel. This dude's
going
smart.
after Trump's enemies.
Yeah, and we've had conversations, but we had, all of these interviews were all off the record, and those things. So I'm not going to go into detail, but he absolutely that's never going to happen. Like he was very.
He's not going to use the FBI to go after Trump's enemies.
Like, no, that's not it. Or
did you believe him?
Taken.
I mean, he's written a lot.
That's what he claims.
Yeah.
And I found out, his family's origin story and immigration, and we talked about that. And my family immigration and things. And so I learned things about him. I never knew that he was a public defender.
So did you come across liking Kash Patel more than you thought you would? Thinking you could support him?
It's. I mean, how much you can absorb in 30 minutes.
Yeah.
But I have learned things, and I have heard things, and I have no regrets for having these. I never left any of those interviews saying, "Wow, that was a waste of time," or "I regret that."
Have you talked to Trump since the election?
I have not. I have not. No.
So he's never sat down with any of Trump's picks and thought,
That's a good thing. That he's actually doing his job and sitting down and meeting with these people. And I like Kash Patel. I think Kash Patel is going to make an awesome FBI director. Probably the best one we've had in decades. Decades.
I got to plead the fifth. I can't say I don't know anything about him. So
I've listened to him quite a few times on Timcast IRL. And
so I got to go.
Very smart.
Let me go read.
This dude.
He wrote a book too.
Government Gangster, phenomenal book so far.
Okay.
The dude is smart, and no, he's not going to go after Trump's enemies. He's going to go after people that broke the law.
Yeah.
If you broke the law, you deserve to have the FBI come after you. Mm-hmm. Just like they would be coming after us if we broke the law, or you, or if you're in another country, it'd be the CIA. if you broke the law, whether you're a politician or not, that doesn't absolve you from having law enforcement come after you. I don't know why people would think that it'd be some crazy thing that a politician gets arrested if they broke the law. What makes a politician different than the firefighter? Or the homeless guy in the street that does something? You get robbed by the guy walking down the street, or you get robbed by the politician, you're still getting robbed.
That's true. That's true.
If the guy running the company's secretary's money laundering and the politician's money laundering, you're both breaking the law. Why is this difficult to understand?
People perceive everything different, man.
And if Trump's enemies broke the law, then yeah, the FBI's coming after you. That doesn't mean they're coming after you because you're Trump's enemy. You see the difference? With Trump, they tried to find the law he broke. He didn't do anything. Kash Patel's going to follow the evidence if you broke the law, not try to find what law you broke. You see the difference?
I see what you're explaining. Yeah.
So he's never sat down with any of Trump's picks and thought, you know what, that was a complete waste of time.
That's a good thing.
See what I'm saying? Like, I like Fetterman, man. I do. You know, I wish he would change the D to an R and change some of his policy stances, but, you know, I like Fetterman, man. He's got some common sense. He's got some common sense. You know, for a Democrat to get on national television with Jonathan Karl of ABC, who obviously, and you kind of heard it in the interview, it almost seemed as if Karl was like a little bit shocked that he wasn't just completely bashing Republicans, and he wanted him to say something negative about like Kash Patel, and he wouldn't.
Nope.
Right? Like, bro, listen. I would have a hard time disagreeing with Fetterman on this. Like that is top tier level stuff right there. Top tier.
Top tier.
Like I said, I wish he would change the D to an R and change some of his policy stances, but for the most part, what he was saying right there is a lot of common sense. A whole lot of common sense. No, I'm not just simply going to vote no against Trump's picks simply because Trump picked them. Like, that's foolish. No, I'm not gonna, band against Trump simply because it's Trump. That makes no sense. Mm-hmm. Right? He's a sitting president. We should support him.
Exactly.
That's common sense stuff. But of course, that's not where the Democrat Party is as a whole. The Democrat Party, oh, it's Trump, so we're going to band against them. Oh, Trump picked this person, he recommended them. Oh, we're going to vote against them.
Stupid.
I can't wait until these votes start coming in, because I guarantee you all of these Democrats in the Senate are going to vote no to every single pick except for Marco Rubio and maybe Elise Stefanik. And everyone else is going to get a no vote from Democrats, and it's going to come down to Republicans and maybe John Fetterman to make sure that Trump's picks get through. Mm-hmm. Did you ever think you'd say that? John Fetterman joining with Republicans?
No, I never thought that.
Never thought.
That's where we are today. So let me know what you think, man, because like I said, that is wild. The guy had a stroke. Obviously is recovering, and it seems like he's recovering pretty well because the guy just speaks a whole lot of common sense. And actually, I made a video on this a little while back because this isn't the first time he's said things like this. He said some common sense stuff in the past like this, and I've shown you guys a little compilation video of that in a previous video. I don't even remember when that was at this point, but I'm sure some of you saw that video clip. But yeah, man, shout out to John Fetterman. Making a whole lot of sense.
Yes, he did.
Peace and love. I'm out.
Want the effects of Viagra, but faster? Meet Rose Sparks. They contain sildenafil and tadalafil.
Well.
Mm-hmm.
John Fetterman making a lot of sense.
It's amazing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because I really didn't like him. Did not like him at all. And then he's talking a lot of sense. I'm like, damn, you know.
Never thought
I have to agree with the guy. If Democrats would have that mentality he has, it would be a much better world, I guess. I don't know, you know?
Is there anything he said you could disagree with, Ian?
No. Oh, sorry. Yeah.
No, logistic-wise, no. No. Just thinking about, like, I mean, the point of the government is you got to work together. You got to work and collaborate with people who got different viewpoints, and you got to work. You got to reach across the aisle, and you're supposed to work with each other.
Because you're supposed to reflect the will of the people.
Yeah, we're not supposed to be competing with each other.
Exactly.
If anything, you're supposed to compete with other countries.
Yep.
Not within your own country.
Exactly.
So
100%.
I don't know, man. A lot's going on. A lot. Every man. Honestly, guys, I wake up in the morning and a story. There'll be like some type of news. By the time I, start my day, brush my teeth, use the bathroom, shower, get ready, the story's changed.
Mm-hmm.
And that's in like an hour. I'm like, damn.
Yeah,
it's only been an hour and the story's changed.
Mm-hmm.
But remember, Trump's success is our success, just like Biden's failure has been our failure.
Oh yeah.
Man,
I don't relish in the fact that Biden failed. Because if he would have succeeded, Democrats would still have power.
There's just so much anger in the world right now, man. There's not even in the world, in our country. There's so much anger. Nobody wants to talk. Everybody.
So much division.
Well, we got people setting each other on fire, all kind of shit. We got people what the hell is going on? But anywho, guys, hope y'all enjoyed this open discussion. Hope everybody's doing well and safe during this holiday time. Like, comment, subscribe, blow us up. Y'all know what to do. Y'all know where we're at.
Thanks for stopping in. Spend some time with us today. Hit that notification bell. Give it a share because it does help the channel out.
Please and thank you, everyone.
See you in the next one. Take care.
Later, y'all.
Peace.